वालेकुम, उम्मीद है आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। आई एम योर इंस्ट्रक्टर मोहम्मद फ़ारूक। और आज हमने जो टॉपिक्स स्टार्ट किए थे विच इज़ वेरी नेसेसरी फॉर आवर concept about concept due to this knowledge of these topics. It is very necessary to be the knowledge to be have the knowledge of all these topics for further studies, how the messages can be transferred from one part of the body to the another part of body by with the help in the central nervous system. Okay, so the topic is the control center. Okay, what is the control center? So the control center is to process information and send out a command or response. It means that the information which is given by who, the information and the change and any change which can be sensed by the receptor, and then it is can be sent by receptor has in the sensory neuron toward the central part, which is known as the spinal cord or brain. Generally in this in every cases, it will be the brain, or in the reflexation it will be has a spinal cord. Okay, so to process information, process information and send out the command or the response. And it is will be responsible. The control center has a brain. The information which is can be taken and can be transferred from the receiver has a receptor toward the control center. It is used by the control center and make a decision and transfer this information toward the effector by making a great response and make a command and and try to be manage it and try to make it balanced. So its example is hypothalamus, which is the part of the forebrain, and it is present in our brain. Okay, so after our body temperature is high, which is above the 37 degrees centigrade. So the receptor receive a stimulus has a thermoreceptor. So the thermoreceptor detect that our temperature is increase and above the 37 degrees centigrade. So it transfer the message toward the control center has a brain and spinal cord. So this brain and spinal cord will be responsible to make a response and make this response has a in for example has a hypothalamus. The thermoreceptors transfer a message to hypothalamus that the body temperature is high. So the hypothalamus make a command or make a response to receive the signal from the receptor to lower the temperature, and will be and this the hypothalamus make a response, and this response will be in the action will be in action and physical actions via the effector. Okay, so it send a message or a command toward the effector to lower the temperature. Okay, so lower the temperature by which method? This method is done by the effector. The effector is the what? The effector is the actor of any action, any physical response. Okay, the response which is can be made by the control center is used by what? It is used by the effector. Okay, it is can be done or used by the effector. Okay, so an output device receive a command or response from the control center and carry out the physical response. So the effector is that part which is the outside of the device, which will be responsible to be response any change. Means that the effector will response to change, which can be take place on your which take place in our body, which is sensed by the receptor. Okay, so for example, in the effector, when the hypothalamus gives a message to the effector to be slowed or to be low the temperature of the body by act of a sweat gland. Sweat gland is what? Sweat gland is the factor. So that this a factor has a sweat gland release a sweat. So this fat will be responsible for to release the to release, and this that will be responsible cool to cool our body temperature, and then the body temperature will be balanced. Okay, so hope you enjoy this lecture. So you will be see we will be see on another lecture. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.